What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Caleb Loves Tech video. Wow, it is almost 9 p.m. I just got back to the hotel. What a day it has been. It turned out great, but it was off to a little bit of a rough start. I have so much to tell you about, but you know what? I recorded a few clips this morning, and against my better judgment, I'm going to go ahead and roll those for you. So here's how things got started in the morning, and I'll see you back here in just a second. Hey, good morning. I would like to say that I slept amazingly last night, but that would be a lie. I tried to get to bed early, but my body knew that it was just 8 o'clock on the West Coast, and it wasn't happening. Also, I ordered teriyaki via Uber Eats, and I got the mad spicy chicken. And guys, I think that might have been a mistake. I think recording this might be a mistake. I'm gonna take a shower and get some coffee. I will see you in a minute. All right, you guys, suited and booted, ready to do this thing. I got a lot of stuff. So does Zeke, actually. So we're gonna haul over there. Time to climb in the Uber and get this thing done. All right, rolling up to the Samsung facility. I'm not able to say which facility, even though I have in the past, which is kind of weird, but anyway, yeah, very hush-hush. Samsung secret location. And yeah, now it's time. Hey, and I'm back. So from there, went into the Samsung facility, and you know what? First thing I noticed was the sign-in sheet. So I got to see who had been there before me, and there was a certain group of other TV YouTubers that I think many of us know here. I won't out their names just because, you know, I'm sure that they're preparing some surprise content. Yeah, some familiar and friendly names there. First time, I believe, that they've been invited to this particular event, which I think is awesome. I love that Samsung is recognizing that the YouTubers that are speaking to the TV enthusiast community are important, and giving them some access that once was kind of reserved for journalists at larger publications. And yeah, it was just great to see. So, and then things did not go the way I needed them to go. So good news is I got a new MacBook Pro just a couple of weeks ago. In fact, I barely had time to start digging into it the week before this trip. And I'm really excited. It's my first new laptop in quite a while, and this one is just fantastic. It's also my first Mac in like 17 years. So I'm no stranger to Apple OS systems. You know, obviously I use Apple TV, so I know about TV OS. I use iPad, I use iPhone, I've got an Apple Watch, but I haven't had a Mac computer of any sort for ages. And I knew, you know, it'd be a little bit of a learning curve getting back into it. Not too bad, but, you know, it's the little things, right? Like the keyboard shortcuts and how you resize windows and just junk like that, excuse me, I take for granted on the PC because I know all the shortcuts and the tips and tricks and hacks and whatnot. Got to relearn that stuff for Mac, but that was not my problem. So a lot of you know from my work at Digital Trends, I use Calman, or Calman, depending on who you are, is like the industry standard in display calibration software. It never occurred to me to check and see if they had a Mac version. So here I am showing up to this event, and yes, I know I should have tested this all out and made sure that it worked before I ever flew out here, but I didn't. I figured I would just get it put together at the hotel the night before, and I tried doing that. That's when I realized that, I mean, it was a foregone conclusion as far as I was concerned that I could run this very important program on a Mac. And I know a lot of you are out there, well, Caleb, just use Parallels or Boot Camp or something like that. So I did. I got Parallels, all these USB peripherals, and those are not speaking to the computer the way they need to. Anyway, it's not working. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm here to, I mean, yes, get to see the TVs again. Yes, get to ask questions. All that's really important. But, you know, what I really want to do as part of like this sort of first look deal is offer some baseline measurements and some first impressions on these TVs. That's the value I want to add to this whole coverage thing. And I'm starting to think that I can't do that. Fortunately, Samsung came in clutch. They handed me a PC laptop with CalMan already on it and allowed me to use it. So I just connected my meters and my pattern generator, eventually got to work. But I mean, I wasted a lot of time trying to get everything working on my Mac. And at a certain point, I just had to call it and be like, this is not happening, not right now. So huge thank you to Samsung for pitching in the laptop with CalMan already on it. I didn't even have to, you know, download it and put a license on it or anything like that. It was great. So all's well that ends well, I suppose. We still got a massive amount of stuff done today, but there's no way we could have gotten it all done today. And once again, shout out Samsung for letting me come back. I get to go back tomorrow because we're not flying out until nighttime anyway. So I get to go back and kind of finish what I started. And we'll see where it goes from there. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to shoot a roll, you know, where I sit there and talk to you guys about these TVs. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that tomorrow at the facility or if I'm going to do that once I get home. I'd like to do it at the facility, but I am waiting for some answers to some really important questions. Questions that you guys asked, by the way, in the comment section, which I'll get to in just a moment. Anyway, still waiting for a few answers on some deeper stuff. This is stuff that, understandably, Samsung has to kind of check on. Because, again, some of the details around these TVs are still being finalized at this point. And that's normal, by the way. This is not like, oh, it's so last minute. No, this is totally normal. This happens every year. So yeah, we'll see. Either way, tomorrow should be fun. But yeah, encouraging news in general. That's really all I can say. But I will say that it was a productive day. Anyway, got all that done and then, you know, went out to dinner with a couple of folks from Samsung, myself and Zeke, and Brian Tong, who I actually had not really gotten to meet and talk to in all these years. I mean, guys, like, Brian Tong has been doing the YouTube game for at least as long as I have, if not maybe a little longer. And so, you know, we've been watching each other's videos, at least I've been watching his, and, you know, and passing each other at multiple events over the years. Never really got a chance to talk or anything like that. But we did today. And guys, let me tell you, there is not a pretentious bone in that man's body. What a kind and gracious person. Sometimes you don't necessarily know if like the camera persona lines up with the real person. But yeah, Brian is just an awesome guy. And I'm not just saying that on the off chance that he happens to see this video. It was a treat and a pleasure to be able to talk to him. He and I have a similar story, different in a lot of ways, but it's similar too. Very relatable for me. Anyway, just great to be able to chat with him and have a talk with, you know, some of the folks at Samsung about the state of the industry and what's going on right now. And also just random fun stuff over a really delicious dinner. And yeah, and we also sprang for dessert, which don't always do that at these business dinner type things, but we sprung for the dessert and that was amazing. And I ate too much, but I am not regretting it. Not at all. Not like my choice of food for last night. Definitely regretted that. So I've got notes here. What's the next thing? Yeah, so the next thing is I got to say thank you for the kind comments. I want to be clear. I was not angling for sympathy in the last video. Just wanted to be kind of transparent with you about, you know, what's been going down. But I really do appreciate the kind, thoughtful, considerate, and understanding comments. Means the world to me. Thank you very much. Also, thanks to everybody for sending in really great questions. I feel like most of the questions I've already asked, but there were a couple there that inspired me to ask some different questions. And so I think that's going to really bring value to the product that I put out, the videos that I put out. So thank you so much for, you know, just being loyal fans and showing up with the questions. And it's helpful in like multiple ways. For one, you might come up with a question that I hadn't considered. For another, it lets me know that I still kind of have my finger on the pulse of what folks, consumers are thinking and wanting. It's easy to lose perspective in this job because I live and breathe tech and I get the latest stuff and I'm talking to business people and it could, you know, it would be easy for me to lose touch with, you know, where the consumer perspective is at. So your questions, let me know if I'm, you know, staying in the right lane or if I'm just wildly out of touch. That's a mixed metaphor, but you understand. Thank you. I really appreciate that a lot. Oh, by the way, this is going to be a random insert, but I was thinking, how fun would it be if I like struck up some kind of a deal with Best Buy? I had a guy who works at Best Buy leave a comment. Shout out to you. I don't have your screen name handy right now, but saw your comment, responded. But how cool would it be if like maybe I could work out a deal with Best Buy where maybe I travel to like 3 or 4 Best Buys across the country and we make like an event day out of it or something like that. And I go to Best Buy, talk with the folks who are responsible for helping customers, you know, with TVs and stuff like that, but also have like a little contest, like see who can help the most customers and maybe sell the most TVs. I don't want to make it a sales goal. That feels kind of icky, but something like that. Would you be into seeing me like sell TVs at Best Buy for a day? Obviously, we need Best Buy's permission and all that other stuff, but I think that would be a lot of fun. I don't know if they'd give me a blue shirt or not, but that could be fun. I haven't done the retail thing in a really long time. I don't know. Maybe it's a terrible idea. You'll let me know in the comments one way or the other. But it was just something that came to my mind. And I thought, you know what? That's the kind of stuff I want to share on the personal channel because, you know, it gives me an opportunity to bounce it off the folks that I would hope would watch it, you know, and not just have it bounce around in an echo chamber, you know, among other people who have a vested interest in, you know, in the business and stuff like that. So that's cool. Or maybe it's not cool. You'll let me know. And thank you in advance for doing that. Right. So I think I'm going to turn in here and try and get some decent sleep and get right back after it tomorrow. Looking forward to it and looking forward to putting out the videos. Again, this stuff is under embargo. It's going to be, you know, couple, 3 weeks or so until it comes out. But I think you're going to love it when it does. And this is just the beginning. This is trip number 1. The next one comes in not even a week and a half. Like the next one's coming up really soon. And that's an equally big one that I'm very excited about. So yeah, stick with me. It's fun taking you along for the ride. Thanks for being here. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, slap this video with a like, leave me a comment, subscribe. If it's your first time visiting the channel, we'd love to have you here. I'll see you on the next one. And until then, peace.